Oh no! Here I am. Hi. How are you? Oh. Stardream Soul OS! We ain't done yet! Oh, it's still the same thing, really? Alright, so... let's see what this thing's all about. I have no idea what to expect here at all, by the way. I've never seen this before, so, this makes me all kinds of scared and everything. I have no health left, so it's all good. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is here between the various things. I was facing the wrong way. Being facing the wrong way is obviously a bad. Why is this one red, I wonder? I'm a little confused here, because so far this seems very nonchalant, and I can only imagine it's going to get worse. Alright. Because I assume touching these things when they're purple is bad. Evidently. Oh no! I'm lucky there. I did not get killed in some fashion. Alright, Jet Booster, go! That attack, by the way, has saved my skin on far too many occasions. It's not even funny, let me tell you. Alright, so this is good. Why are there jet dudes here? It's like they want me to use jet. Like, what is up with this? Alright, Mr. Hart. What are you doing, Mr. Hart? I'm not entirely sure, but lasers are happening. Oh, no. Well, I didn't want to actually... oh, I guess this is the part where I'm fighting the heart itself. Man, I am just messing up my controls all over the place. I wanted to land, like, not there. That would have been my ideal situation. Oh, no! Stay away from me, everything! I just want to hurt the heart. The heart is what I want to hurt. What is going on here? I do not understand the ways of the... okay, well, I probably deserved that, because I don't know what this thing's going to do. So yeah, there's another boss on top of the final boss, which is already not present in Meta Nightmare Land. Oi! Back to start I go! I am Game Guy. It's time for more Let's Play Kirby playing Robobot. Post-commentary episode as I show off the whole run that is the true arena. I'm kind of sad about this run as a whole, honestly, because it's a little bit sloppy, but, I mean, it gets the job done. If anything, it kind of proves that this is pretty doable, all things considered. You just gotta make sure you don't get hit too much. Because the fact that they give you cherries fairly frequently makes it just a little bit easier to manage. I'd go over strategies and such that I did for each individual boss, but a lot of it kind of just came down to do the jet cracker as much as possible and also grab stars, preferably while fully charged, as much as possible. Like, that's essentially all it was. And then, like, some attacks I just dash through to avoid them. But I don't usually do that as much until some of the later bosses, so you know details. What I actually wanted to talk about while this goes on is the boss descriptions. Because there's some interesting lore going on here that, I mean, you might have pieced together if you read all the boss descriptions and such, but I figured I'd summarize, I guess. So Haltman, basically, he's traveled all around various planets and got all these blueprints and such, hence why there's so many clones and things all over the place, and various technologies like Holo Defense API here, looking very much like, I don't know, a certain Pix, in case you hadn't noticed. So yeah, I mean, there is actually some proof in that. I think it's boss text kind of, it's something like a defense system found on another planet or something. It's an interesting thing, I think. What I find really interesting, actually, is I guess there was something on Miiverse a while back where, like, some of the developers answered various questions and such. So, like, there were certain details that weren't in the game, but they kind of answered them there. A lot of it having to do with Susie and Haltman, and their relationship, as it were. Susie's boss text actually says something along the lines of she was in an accident with the mother computer and then went missing. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but you know. But then you get like Haltman's text, and it's like, oh man, ever since losing his child, just wants to see his daughter again. Like, it implies that she died, but she's very clearly here. Like, the Miiverse thing pretty much confirmed that this is, in fact, his daughter. Just older and came back from wherever. It also seems to imply that she went into another dimension somehow, which actually brings me to my next point. If you look at the boss description for the Holo Doomers 2.0, it says that Susie acquired data on her travels for them. If you've played Return to Dreamland, they are from an area known as Another Dimension. So, I mean, it's kind of a thing, I guess. It's just something one could infer, I suppose. The Miiverse thing also kind of talked about how Haltman was using, like, the Star Dream and everything, at least eventually in an attempt to get Susie back. Somehow it was causing him to lose his memories bit by bit. I'm not exactly sure why, I guess, but this would kind of explain why, if Susie is in fact his daughter, why he apparently doesn't recognize her. I'm not sure why Susie doesn't recognize him. I mean, maybe she does and just doesn't care. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what that relationship is there, because I don't think it's ever really explained. Like I mentioned before, like, I'm not really sure what Susie's motivations are. It's kind of a thing, I guess. But, you know, that's pretty much that. But then you get to, the Star Dream fights, and things kind of start getting tragic. It's pretty great. Because Star Dream, as you might recall, fuses up with Haltman and everything. You know, so it kind of has his aspirations for prosperity or whatever. But then Star Dream starts, like, absorbing Haltman. So that... by the time you finally get to Star Dream Soul OS, it basically implies that it's just straight up deleting Haltman's soul. And then, you know, once you get to, like, the later phases of the fight, it's at that point where Haltman briefly remembers, oh yeah, I have a daughter. I wanted to see her. And then his soul's just gone. His soul gets completely deleted, and it's sad, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Now, Kirby's got this, thing for making the final boss some sort of nightmare fuel, or otherwise, I don't know, disturbing. And I guess this time they just decided to go for a tragedy of sorts. So that's cool, I guess. I mean, it's different, at least, because I don't know if they've done anything like that before. It doesn't seem like something that has happened before, but, I mean, it is what it is. Something else I also kind of briefly wanted to bring up is, it's actually a line in Kirby's Return to Dreamland. If you get all the energy spheres and beat expert mode, or extra mode. It's extra mode, right? I think so. If you go and talk to Magalore, he mentions something about, like, clockwork stars that soar the cosmos. I think a lot of people just kind of assume that this is, like, the Novas of sorts. So, like, the one in Superstar that you destroyed is only one of them. As far as I can tell, it seems like Star Dream is Haltman's attempt at reverse engineering a clockwork star. Not actually, like, a clockwork star itself. Because, I mean, it just, I don't know. The Miiverse thing seems to imply that it was very incomplete, which is why it was deleting his memories or whatever. I guess that's how it works. I don't know, but that's pretty much what I wanted to say on that subject. Beyond that, I mean, I wanted to actually talk about this True Arena for a bit. Honestly, I haven't played Return to Dreamland's True Arena, so I can't really say anything about that one. But man, I think this is probably my favorite True Arena. Like, just everything about this is just super good. Like, the main boss theme music is just really hype and just super good. Like, most of the boss themes for True Arena have always just been like this heavy rock sort of deal. And it's like, oh man, you're in an intense and epic fight. You gotta fight the dude. But this one's just like, heck yeah, man. It's an intense fight, but you can do it. I believe in you. It's just, I don't know. It's a different sort of feel, and I love it. I mean, obviously, every other boss has their own theme and everything, so we don't get to hear that music for very long, mind you. But you know how it is. You know how it is. But yeah, the other thing I will say about this particular arena, Superstar Ultra and Triple Deluxe both had at least one boss where you could just straight up lose your ability forever, and you just can't have it back. Like, yeah, between matches you can maybe pick up an ability or something, but chances are really good it's not going to be something you want. Especially since, I don't remember Triple Deluxe. I want to say it did it too, but, you might recall that, Kirby Superstar Ultra, one of the ability choices there was always sleep, so you only had one choice every single time. But, yeah, no, I mean, I do appreciate that because it makes it, fair, I guess. Because it's super easy to get hit. Like, doing a no-hit run of the True Arena would just be, like, the worst. Because, I mean, you see how much I'm getting hit during this particular run, and yet I'm still nearly full HP. I mean, I'm not really showing the bottom screen much, but I'm pretty sure at this point I still have a cherry in reserve. Yeah, no, because I just used one and another one went to the bottom screen right there, so, I mean, that's proof enough to me. In fairness, I mean, I've had to do this multiple times, so I kind of got really good at fighting these bosses. It really isn't until, like, Sectonia's Clone that I start actually having some trouble. Sectonia's Clone is just kind of hard to actually hit, because she moves around a whole lot. But, you know how it is. You've seen the fights. It's a little too bad I can't show, like, most of my runs against these bosses, because, I mean, I can't really just do that. That's gonna be super long. I'm speeding this up, and it's already gonna be, like, 20-some minutes. This is at, like, about double speed, too. Like, I've almost run out of things to say at this point, because I plan to talk about the boss descriptions and how much I like True Arena, but there's really not a whole lot left to say, I guess. But it is what it is, I guess? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could talk about the game as a whole. Because, man, this game was good, and I enjoyed it. I compare it a lot to Triple Deluxe. It's hard for me to decide whether I like this game or Triple Deluxe more. Like, if not for the boss issues regarding, like, the final boss and everything, I probably would say this game easily tops it. But, like, the final boss, to me, is a very important part of a game. Because it's, like, the last thing you remember, you know? So, I just feel like it should be good. I mean, I guess in this case, it's not really fair, because the last thing I'm gonna remember from this game is the True Arena. Which are good memories, let me tell you. I remember having all sorts of trouble with Triple Deluxe's True Arena, mostly because, as I mentioned before, you could just lose your ability, and then you're just stuck. Triple Deluxe actually was even worse, arguably, because it was the final boss of the True Arena you could lose your ability in. So you wouldn't even really be able to get it back. Because for some reason, like, a lot of the bosses in more modern Kirby games do not seem to like giving you abilities mid-fight. I mean, Kirby being able to, like, inhale and spit out the stars is good. They're certainly giving out way more of those stars than they ever have, at least in more recent times. So, you're not just completely helpless most of the time, but it still comes down to, like, just waiting for the enemy to make the right move so you can then retaliate. Instead of, you know, whenever any ability you have, you can just attack at any time you want. Which, I don't know, it's just better to me, I feel. I don't know. This ain't no stupid umbrella boss from Dreamland 3 that takes forever to throw its sandal at you. So, I guess there is that. If anyone even remembers that. Real quick about this attack, apparently sometimes you can see the lower star cutter in that laser. I don't know if I ever saw it. I didn't see it in this run, obviously, because it wasn't there, but I wasn't exactly looking for it. I didn't find out about this until very recently, actually. I actually recorded this, like, a week or two ago, so I don't really remember much about this run. But, you know... Yeah, no. I guess back on the topic of this game, compared to Triple Deluxe, I don't know, I still like the final boss of Triple Deluxe a lot. Just, it's really good. It's really good. Speaking of the final boss, by the way, I will say, the True Arena does kind of make up for the problems I had with the final boss in story mode. There's a lot more going on in this fight. You are actively having to dodge. Like, I've actually pretty much had to teach myself to barrel roll, otherwise I was gonna get hit by so much stuff. So, you know, that's just how it goes. Actually, it is worth mentioning, I didn't know this until after, after recording this particular run. You can actually barrel roll through stuff that's on your side of the screen, so like that dash attack it just did, you could barrel roll through that and actually do a little bit of damage. I was not aware of this at the time, which is why I'm not doing it. So, you know, you can stop typing your comments now. But yeah. I mean, I do like this boss, I will say. Aesthetically, it's really nice, and there is just, I don't know, a lot of really flashy attacks that look super good, and there is an amount of involvement in it. The True Arena just steps it up just enough that it's not as problematic for me, where I'm just literally moving around and holding the B button, occasionally pressing A. Like, in this case, you are actively trying to make sure you can do enough damage quick enough so that you yourself don't take too much damage. So, like, it becomes a little bit less casual and more like, man, I gotta book it. I gotta be as efficient as possible. It's why, like, sometimes you'll see me attempting to aim at it while also dodging. Because I believe when I was doing, like, the story mode and everything, I wasn't even really trying to shoot at it while I was dodging. Because, I mean, I didn't really have to try too hard, so... I don't know, it's just a thing. This does fix a lot of my problems. In some ways, I kind of wish that, like, this was actually the final boss. I understand why it isn't, because it's a lot more difficult to dodge in some aspects, because it's, you know, the True Arena and everything. But, that attack right there, by the way, I'm not even entirely sure how you're supposed to dodge it. I think I got hit by it every single time. It's too long to be able to barrel roll through it, really. Also, I have the hiccups, which is really good. It's really good! I love it. I love it. This is the phase, honestly, that gave me the most trouble, I think. He has a lot of attacks that are very problematic. This one in particular is annoying because he shoots out the rockets. You really only have enough time to destroy one of them. And before he even finishes, like before the rockets even get to you, he starts shooting at you with those, like, swirly projectiles. So it's just like, freaking heck, man. I can't keep up with two things at once. I just can't. Also, if you hadn't noticed, the letters it's displaying here spell out Hal. Yeah, I don't know if that was subtle or not. It was pretty subtle. It was super subtle. Oh yeah, this phase. I don't remember this phase because I always beat it super quick, I guess. This attack, you can barrel roll through it. I didn't really know this at the time. I just thought, like, physical objects were something you couldn't really barrel roll through. I wasn't really understanding how to, like, dodge that very well. Also, this phase, it's not even worth trying to attack Gigavolt. Just destroy the guy. It's just a thing. Because I spent a lot of time trying to collect debris and everything, and I always ended up getting hit. It's really unfortunate. I will say, I still think this boss is just a little bit too long. It could be shorter. Like, personally, if you skip the middle phase and went straight to this, it probably would have been better. Like, I don't know, make the middle phase and the first phase kind of together, I guess. Or even just give both phases, like, half as much health. That probably would be good. Probably, I think. By the way, this guy, with the countdown and everything, if it does reach 0, it actually does do something. There's like, a fatal error attack that he does once it reaches 0, which is very near undodgeable, so that's cool. I never once actually saw it. I looked it up. It's not even really visually that impressive, so, like, literally all that happens is instead of a number, it just says go. It shoots the go at the screen like it does the rest of the numbers, and then there's just a bunch of, like, panels that go flying at you, and that's it. Like, I don't know how to describe it, really, but it's not as exciting as it sounds, even. So yeah, this fight is essentially on a time limit. I beat him before the 1 even showed up, so if you're good enough at collecting the debris, it's not really an issue. It's just, it's not. So, definitely focus on that if at all possible, because that attack will straight up destroy you. I think if you're at full health and get hit by everything, it leaves you with, like, a sliver of health. So, you know, that's good. I'm not really sure why I left the cutscenes in, to be honest. I just, like, when I was doing this run, I was fairly confident, I think, that this would be it. But, you know how it is. Anyway, turned off the speed up so that we can finally see the boss proper. Mr. Hart there! How are you, Mr. Hart? Oh yeah, back on the topic of the lore, take a listen for a minute when I actually destroy one of these things. Did you hear that? There's like muffled Haltman screams every time you destroy one of these, which, as far as I'm concerned, heavily implies that you are literally destroying Haltman's soul right now. Pretty great. I used my pep brew finally, because, you know, I had read somewhere that while Kirby's in red health, he actually has increased defense, so I was just kind of going with that. I do not know for sure if this is factual or not. I couldn't really test it, but I figured I had one more hit in me anyway, so I just kind of went with it. I was right, thankfully. If I was wrong, that would have been sad, because I would have died right here. I really like how the music picks up during this particular part, though. It's a nice touch. Nice little reprise of I think this song is called Program. I don't know. Well, no, I think it was revealed there was like an official name for it, and I don't even remember what it is, because it was weird. Also, these projectiles, by the way, I didn't even notice this until very recently, when I, like, kind of read it somewhere. They're like the enemies that attacked you in the Heart of Nova shmup section in Superstar. Like, just reading that now and looking at them, yeah, I can see it. I don't know, part of me thought they were like pieces of the things that I blew up at the beginning, but, I mean, that's not the case. I don't know if this guy has very many attacks, also. He starts getting kind of tricky with these, surprise blades. where he kind of starts to predict where you're going to be when he appears, so that. He has one other attack, but, yeah, it's this thing. Yeah, this thing is scary, by the way. It's not even really worth trying to get those stars sometimes. I tried, but they disappear really quick. Anyway, post-commentary's over in a few seconds now, so get ready for the surprise. I did it! Take that, Star Dream Soul OS. Except I know this isn't over now. My flaw last time is that I decided to fully charge my jet thing, and then just jump to the top of the screen haphazardly, because obviously that's what I wanted to do. Alright. And you're exploding now. You're exploding now. Oh no, you exploded. Unfortunate. Well, goodbye, Mr. Hart. I'll miss you. Not really. Did I seriously die on, like, the last-ditch attack thing? Like, come on, really? I was fully expecting there to just be, like, another phase after that or something, and I'm actually a little bit annoyed now that there wasn't anything else, and I just kind of died at the end. So, you know, that's cool. That's another half hour plus of my life I can't get back. Thanks for that. Also, look at all of these stickers I literally don't care about because I decided to get all the stickers beforehand. Because, realistically, this wasn't that great of a haul. But, I mean, you know how it is. Magalore Doodle. Kirby on a bunch of pinballs. I got 100% clear. Congratulations! I am the best robot. Well, I mean, my robot's the best robot, but details. Oh, man. Man. Oh, well. Oh, well. That was the true arena. Heck to the yeah. I did it. Yeah, that was Kirby playing a Robobot. I guess I'll see you next time for some other video game. Yeah! Happy New Year, everybody! Happy New Dear!
Did you win?
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Wait. Excuse me!
Wow.
Excuse me!
I knew it!
I hate this! I hate this! I hate this! I hate this so much! Leave me alone! I hate this so much! Thank God I still have Fighter! Because Fighter is very good! I hate this so much! I'm not dead yet, which is the good news! Oh no! Okay, well this is fine. Oh no, that's not fine! I'm dead. No!
At least you tried.
Oh.
It was worth it.
So close. I didn't even look at the health bar. I have no idea how close I was.